wherever, whenever, and whoever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK, a very light Japanese residency today. two gaijin dudes in Japan in their blue shirts.
It was not coordinated.
It was not. How you doing, mate? You right?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good. Surviving the heat?
I mean, the heat's pretty bad.
It is quite.
I mean, you drive around, so I'm sure getting in the car is awful.
Yeah, at first, yes, until the
But at least there's
aircon
AC.
kicks its ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, going into school and letting the larger room cool down is harder. But
I feel that.
Yeah, don't ask me about at the end of this month when the kindergarten starts again. It's like, ah. But yes, we are sweltering over here, but we can give ourselves the image of misty, cool forests as we venture into Barovia. Once more.
I thought I'd want to go to Barovia.
The first ever campaign that we streamed as QuestJunkiesUK was Curse of Strahd. And so the very first live session, it's on YouTube if you want to go and see very awkward things. I need to go back and add timestamps to when the actual session starts, because the first part is just us. It's completely unedited. It's just it's me, Colby, Steph, and I can't remember who else was in that very first session. Just trying to figure out how Twitch works. I don't know if Emma was in there already.
I think she was.
I think she was, yeah. Anyway, yes, if you want to go and see that Wakiverse lore, ancient lore, it's up there. So, exciting stuff. Those wonderful people over at Trollord Games, you know them well, have been running themselves an exciting event this summer. There's all their link there. Go and check out all their cool stuff. They have been running their so-called Summer of Siege event. Now, those of you in the know, Trollord Games have their own system known as Castles and Crusades. Hey, renditions, welcome in. And they are running this event, and the Siege engine is their dice mechanics, their system which they use for... a lot of the terms are quite similar to D&D. Those of you familiar will recognize different things as they are cultural cousins coming from the same space and people in many cases back in the day. And it's a D20 system, and you add your various modifiers, and there are dexterity saving throws and rolls against armor class and that kind of thing. So anyone that's played D&D will recognize, and those of you who've played Castles and Crusades will definitely recognize. Now, those lovely folks at Trollord Games have sponsored a giveaway as we're doing this fun event. So jump in, please, everyone. ! Enter in the chat for your chance to win a coupon and jump into the Trollord Games catalogue and try it out for yourself. Get a nice discount on some tasty, tasty stuff. And, of course, we always have our good friends over at Phoenix Dice and CZRPG giving us these tasty codes for you to use as well. So check out all their great stuff. Beautiful click-clack math rocks from Phoenix Dice and all sorts of D&D goodies over at CZRPG. Massive thanks to Chuck and everyone over at Castles and Crusades, over at Trollord Games for sponsoring and joining us and having us join them for this event. If you want to say thank you to them in a very helpful way, they are currently doing a Kickstarter, but not your average kind of run-of-the-mill Kickstarter. They are building themselves their own print shop in the US, so they can avoid all the financial shenanigans of a certain buffoon. And they are building themselves a print shop, and there's lots of different levels of the Kickstarter you can pledge at, and you can get your name on the pathway leading up to the place, on the wall inside. There's a few very high level, pricey, but with a high reward levels to back if you can, where you can actually have a tree sponsored by yourself on the property. Go and check it out and give them support there. Chuck and all the wonderful folks over there doing amazing things, and looks like they all had a good time at Gen Con.
I miss Gen Con. Oof. I used to go every year to Gen Con. It's a great
Jealous.
time if you guys have a chance to go at some point. It's busy. You got to do some research before you get there to get
Okay.
the most out of it,
Okay.
but it's a good time.
It looked like a lot of fun. I know some folks we admire over here. I know Antonio D'Amico, Pointy Hat, was over there this year, and Will from D&D Shorts was over there.
Hmm.
Stay tuned, actually. Speaking of D&D Shorts and Will, his previous collaborator, the fabulous Yo Frank, is going to be working with me on
Oh.
a Japanese-themed product soon. Might actually be our first thing available for purchase on Drive-Thru RPG, actually. So keep your eyes open for that. And that's going to be linked to fun things we're doing later in the year. But enough. Let us dive in to our Summer of Siege offering for you fine people, which is Barovia Bound. People familiar with Wackyverse lore, our shared universe between all the campaigns, will know that through the events of Curse of Strahd and then following into Barovia and beyond, not to be confused, because alliterative names sounds very similar, Barovia and beyond, the Marin shares and friends there going throughout various domains of dread to free the Ladies of the Thames, the arch-fey entities that used to hold sway over the Valley of Barovia before Strahd von Zarovich exiled them and hid them throughout the domains of dread. They were released by our bold adventurers, and Barovia was freed, as Strahd himself was also unavailable for comment, as the Curse of Strahd crew were successful in imprisoning him in his tallest tower of Castle Ravenloft, trapped within a doll of himself under the care of Emma City Arts character Lady Vanta, who is, as far as we know, still with him in that lofty castle, the only part of Barovia which remained in the mists. The rest was freed, and with a scar on its mountainside where this lofty peak is missing, the mountainous valleys and forests and lakes and rivers of Barovia came crashing back to the material plane, re-inhabiting the scar in the Troll Hills north of Candle Keep and the Cloakwood, near where a small hamlet resides. A hamlet. What was the? I'm trying to remember the name. I've been focused so much on the Barovia part of things. What was the? Can you remember the name of the hamlet that was there on the main road going north to Waterdeep?
No.
Because we are in the Forgotten Realms, friends. In on the Sword Coast once more. It's in the group Discord. That put that map there.
Second group Discord. I'll get it.
Cheers, mate. It's okay. Just a name, but we do like to get all the complete lore here. What was it?
Kel Driver.
Keldriver.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. In that hamlet of Keldriver, try and make it a bit more fantastical. I'm not sure the proper pronunciation on that one there. But yes, in that hamlet, there was a small monastery dedicated to Ogma. But also home, not only to the monks of Ogma there and the priests, but also to a knightly order. A almost forgotten, understaffed, and dwindling knightly order. The Order of the Silver Dragon. An order founded in Barovia when it still existed here on the material plane. An order which, for the most part, was defeated in battle by the evil enemies that populated that mountain vale, led by Strahd himself. They did very well at first against the mortal Strahd's beleaguered and exhausted armies, but once Strahd had made deals with the dark powers that reside in the Amber Temple, he came back with a renewed strength, and an earthly strength, and defeated the Silver Dragon, Argynvost, taking the skull as a trophy for his castle. The remnants of the knights were whisked away along with Strahd into the mists of Ravenloft and the domains of Dread in the Shadow Realm. But scant few members were left away on other quests along the Sword Coast and deeper into Faerun to the east. They returned and looked aghast at the deep gouge in the landscape, which was the only remnants of what had once been the Valley of Barovia and their headquarters at Argynvostholt. Over the decades and centuries, nature started to creep in once more, repopulating that scar on the landscape. But now it has been refreshed. Barovia has returned, and hearing word, Knight of the Silver Dragon, our dwarf friend here, Durgan, has issued forth with his trusty steed. Personal headcanon here, but I'm kind of hoping it's a giant badger.
I don't think it's a giant badger.
Oh.
The former Warcraft player in me wanted me to make it a ram, but I think looking at the stats, it's really expected that it'd be a horse.
I was going to say, keep the same stat block. merely cosmetic.
Excuse me, yep. I mean, if it can be a ram, why not?
Why not, indeed. A sturdy mountain variety found in the Troll Hills.
Yes.
A favoured delicacy of the trolls. And that's something that's on your mind, I think, as you ride your sturdy, stalwart pal towards the returned valley. Hardly daring to believe the reports, the stories of trappers and hunters who, albeit cautiously, go into the Troll Hills from the hamlet. The hamlet itself was destroyed by trolls sullying forth from the hills, but your order and the connections of the monastery have kept it safe and enabled it to rebuild and keep that important point along the tradeways of the Sword Coast there. But you arrive back, cresting the last of the existing hills, the previously existing hills. You see where once had been scoured rock and scant greenery. Once again, you see lush forests, soaring mountains, many of them capped with snow, and a silver ribbon of a river leading deeper into the valley, as for the first time in generations, a knight of the Silver Dragon looks upon the Valley of Barovia.
Oh. I could hardly believe it was true. But here it is.
Here it is indeed. You spur your... Does our faithful ram have a name?
His name is Greybeard. He's
Nice.
an older ram.
Haggard.
He's been through a bit. Bit of a hand-me-down.
Nice. Gnarled horns.
Yes, of course.
One half missing, maybe? You spur your steed forward and moving down towards the misty forests in the valley below. You follow the path which has been reconnected, leading in from the eastern side of the valley. And let us go to our map. As thanks to Curse of Strahd, we have lots of handy-dandy maps here. So, let's zoom in here. Here we are.
Hello, Barovia.
My old friend. Now, before we enter into Barovia proper, speaking of old friends, our good friend Sean McLover continued his 32-month subscription streak. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, Sean. And that gives you a spin of the old dice there, I think.
It sure does.
Spin of the old dice, sorry. Spin of the old wheel.
We do love the wheel.
Now, we have kept the same wheel, folks, because so many of the things are portable into Castles and Crusades. So, here it goes. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oops, all strength.
We love
Yeah, sorry, McCullough, sorry, I assumed. a new adventure, sallying into Barovia does need all the help they can get.
And strength is already. What do they call it? Signature?
No, primary.
It's already a primary.
Yeah, primary attributes and secondary attributes. Now, actually, this is a good point. Case in point here, Josh. The thank you, Sean. It's been a pleasure. Always good to have you. The primary attributes there we go. They are usually in the vanilla Castles and Crusades siege system. You have a difficulty class base level, depending if it's a primary or secondary attribute. You get 2 primaries. I've seen you go on strength and charisma.
Charisma is the required primary stat
for a
of a knight.
Okay. Yes, you have one for your class, and then you have one that you choose. Humans, because they don't have all the other cool like dark vision abilities and things like that, humans get 3 primes. Which, much like other systems where they have other benefits to show their versatility and varied abilities. You have a primary there. Now, as written, a primary stat starts with a DC of 12, and then you add on things to that. Where if it's a secondary stat, it starts with a DC of 18 plus extras. But I think there are lots of factors which I need to consider for the DCs already. So I'm going to use one of the ones that's in their Castle Keeper's Guide, which is a separate. You only need the player's guide to actually run the game fully, but the Castle Keeper's Guide has lots of optional rules and other suggestions and good lore and stuff in there that you can help as well. And one of the alternative systems that they have in the Castle Keeper's Guide, so this is from Troll Lord Games themselves, is to make every base DC 12. Every base DC 18, so I get the wrong way around. But if it's a primary attribute, you get a +6, which mathematically works out the same.
That makes sense.
Right? So when you are rolling with your primary strength or charisma, please add 6 to the modifier. You can actually type that right in there if you want. Just change the mod to 8 and 9 respectively. Right, that mod number wasn't automatically generated, was it?
It's not, no.
No. That threw me off for a bit as well because of playing so much D&D. The point where the modifier changes is different.
Yes, it threw me off a bit too.
I was like, wait, how much is it? What? So yeah, excuse us, folks. There's a couple of old dogs' new tricks here. Older dog in one case.
I
Sorry
mean,
to
I'll
lump you into that bracket.
I'm not that far behind. I'm a bit behind, but every year I get closer.
I don't think so. That's not how it works. Unless I've signed some
Proportionally, I get
eldritch
closer.
pact.
When you're in your 80s and I'm in my 70s, it's not going to feel that different.
Yeah, fair. Bracket wise.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Shez left Iwaki this week, so he's like, so we had a good night out talking lots of stories and D&D and ways that I can kill him in the future. Characters, not himself. But yes, off back to Canada is Shez. He's going to be coming back into Centre's Tourney once he's settled back home. Don't worry, folks. So you can still see him. But yeah, it's a bit of a milestone because he was the last ALT that I knew.
Oh no.
But to be fair, the new ALTs arriving this year. Those are English teachers for people without the jargon. The new ALTs arriving this year could be my kids. Yeah, it could literally very easily, without it being slightly worrying math, be their father. So
Your son is in university.
he is
Right.
safe and sound, having a good time from sounds of things. Off
Good to
down
hear.
there.
In the land down under.
I like to think that he's unknowingly walked past Ben Byrne on the street because he's in the same city as Ghostfire Gaming.
He's gonna come back saying no.
That's right. Yeah, come back and visit. We can have a Barbie.
A Bobby.
But yeah, but the likelihood of me getting down to PAX Oz is increased greatly at some point in the future. Okay, anyway, sorry, we digress. So, you're coming in from the east, as did our Curse of Strahd heroes so many years ago. Although, not so many years ago in world, as the events of Barovia and beyond have literally just finished. We're kind of skipping back in the timeline. This is back a while before Jacinta's Tyranny is happening, which is the only other streamed game we've got going on around these parts at the moment. So, we will join you as you make your way towards the famous gates of Barovia. As you and I forgot the name already. Sorry, what was it? The ram's name?
Greybeard.
Greybeard, thank you. Yes. As you and the faithful Greybeard make your way along this rutted and overgrown road, mist curls around the trees and the trunks surrounding the road. And ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods, which line both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses, looming grey in the mist. Huge iron gates hang, and I'm going to add a word to the original book's text here, hang limply off their hinges and broken within the large archway, as dew clings with a cold tenacity to the rusted bars. As you are kindly pointing out over your shoulder, two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. And you are greeted with only silence.
Well, unnerving. Not the welcome I was hoping for on my journey to our sacred temple.
But somewhere beyond those gates must lie Argynvost Holt.
Kind of take out the lance, have it ready in case something's on the road that I don't like. It's a good place for an ambush, I think to myself. Not wielding the lance at the ready, but like it's out and grabbable. before we pat Graybeard on the right behind his broken horn. Well, we do have a job to do. Let's go. And he starts to walk in through the gates.
Okay. I'm just trying to find. I'm trying to edit our map here. I'm trying to find. They've got these new stickers on the VTT.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find something that we could use to cover up Castle Ravenloft, because Castle Ravenloft is not there. It's the one place. Oh, here we go. It's the one place this map is not correct. A great big hole. There we go.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It would be about that, because like the whole mountain has been left behind. All right. So you urge Greybeard forward, and riding through the gates, looking up as you pass through the archway, you can see time seems to be catching up with this gateway. It looks like it's kind of aged rapidly, as if magic was maintaining it throughout the time it's been gone. But that magic seems to have recently been thwarted or removed. Making your way down the road beyond the gates, towering trees reaching up towards the heavy grey clouds block out all but a scant grey light kind of filtering down from above, and as we can hear with Sirenscape, thank you Sirenscape, the mournful cries of ravens can be heard making their way across the treetops somewhere above. The trees feel unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave. After a short time, you see a lighter patch ahead as the roadway appears to exit from the wood and into a wider clearing. You can see across coarse grass and tufts of taller plants sticking haphazardly out of the sod and turf there, reaching across to a huddle of small buildings on the road which you travel. But you don't see any other traffic, either ahead of you or coming towards you. But somewhere off to the south, to your left, there is the sound of the Ivlis River. And I think, I'm going to say, the reason we can use this map here is I think, you have this map, right? This is, your order, your knightly order was familiar with Barovia before it disappeared.
Yeah, I think it's it's probably a very old map. It's been
Yes.
copied several times, so I'm not sure of its accuracy. But
Sure.
that must be the village. What magic happened here? And he just scans around. Looks at, you can see literally anybody, which
Yeah.
but failing that, he would march towards the village itself.
Okay. Hey, let's just jump in the giveaway. Okay, so 2 seconds. Let's switch up our soundscape here. They've been teasing things recently on socials. They're implementing some new tools and
Turnscape?
options. Yeah,
Did they say anything after Gen Con? That'd be the place to announce it.
it would be, wouldn't it? I haven't seen anything yet. Lots of fun news coming out there, apart from the very the very infamous Critical Role news.
Oh yes.
Okay, so
I mean, now with Brennan being done with Dropout and making his American
American
Girl
Girl shoes.
Yes.
That's gonna be great.
I'm gonna buy a few.
It'll be interesting to see Matt Mercer playing a character for a longer time.
Exactly.
Okay. So, as the village approaches, tall buildings, perhaps similar in many ways to the hamlet you've come from, similar size, but they have a slightly different design, a more archaic design to them, kind of half timbered with rotting plaster between the old beams, almost leaning over the street, threatening to topple forward. The muddy ground under Greybeard's feet gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. And the windows of each house stare out from pools of darkness. No sound cuts the silence, except for the cores of those same ravens, now seen perching on rooftops. At the curiosity that is a ram-mounted dwarf. How would you like to proceed as you enter into the village?
Having not heard anything about any people at this point, Durgan is quite apprehensive. He was hoping that if this village still existed, he would be able to ask some people about what they know happened to Argynvostholt. But it seems like there's nobody here. So he's going to kind of cautiously make his way through the village, hopefully to some market square. That's where people should be, if there are any, to try to find someone to talk to.
Okay. Well, let's give ourselves our first Castles and Crusades roll. Here. Let's make a check to see what's going on around you. So I'd like you to make a wisdom check.
Oof.
Sorry.
Not what I wanted to hear for my first roll.
Well, you're not very perceptive.
Not if I'm not underground. It's a 2.
A 2? Before
Yeah.
modifiers?
After modifiers.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. A 4 after modifier.
4?
Yes.
Okay.
Took away too many.
So you're at -2. That'd be a nice oopsal to get. Fix that dump stat.
Well, when you're doing rolled stats here, it happens.
What does a oopsal put? What is that? Is it a +5 still? If it goes up to 20?
I think so, yeah. So I'm very strong. If I decided to punch a building, it probably would have worked.
They look like they would fall down. Hang on, let's have a look here. Attribute modifiers. Here we go. Let's find. There's a handy little table in the. Here we go. Oh, sorry. We have to modify the maximum on the attribute modifiers is 19. So oops, all is now 19. So max is +3. So you're only getting a +1, but because you were already strong.
Mm-hmm.
But with your primary attribute there, that makes it a nice hefty +9 at the moment. So, actually, that's something we could do. I'm just thinking as we kind of go along here. That's something we could do, isn't it? You could have it as the that music is great. You could have it as being that the oops all makes it primary for you, and if it's already primary, it puts it at 19.
Not a bad idea.
Right? So, folks, you too can give Durgan human primary abilities with extra primaries. Okay, so with that terrible wisdom roll there, you do not notice anything untoward as you make your way through these looming houses. But as you enter into a kind of courtyard, open space there in the center, pretty much where on the map there, where the center point of the road, is in the center of the village there. As you can see on the map there, basic though it is, there is a larger building there.
See that? Mm-hmm.
And as you approach it, a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into this dilapidated main square. Its brightness enhanced as it kind of shows up in the mist that's rolling through the village. Above the doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Okay. A tavern?
Yes.
We will dismount.
Okay.
Stow the lance, not really useful on foot.
You see that across the window where the light is coming out, there are very strong bars, almost like a jail's window.
On the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll grab...
They look fairly recent.
We'll grab the bastard sword.
Okay.
It's currently on my mount, so I'll grab it, tie it to my belt, give a big sigh, and go, I don't know what I expected. And kind of make my way towards the door of this like second floor.
It has 2 stories, yeah.
So but the whole thing is shining. Every window.
No, the light is just coming out of that one ground floor window.
Ground floor. We'll go to that window.
Going to the window.
Yeah.
Hey. Thank you, Rishi. Is that a spin for Durgan here?
Could use that Opsal wisdom.
That would be nice. Okay. Yeah, Rishi, our first ever 43 months. Yeah, thank you. I didn't say that, Sean. Thank you so much, Rishi. We are playing our first ever Castles and Crusades game here, but in a familiar location, as we have returned to Barovia for the first time since it has returned to the material plane. That is another spin for you, sir. An advantage. So let me give you a first crystal on this side of things. Oop. I think. Did that work? Oh, hang on, no. There we go. So yes, that's gonna work the same as before. So 2d20, take the higher. When you
Works for me.
Well, as a reroll for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, that's why Rishi. That's why Castle Ravenloft is missing, because that got left behind in Ravenloft in the Domains of Dread. Hence the large hole. So Durgan, I think there is like a hitching post. You tie up your ram there, Greybeard, and you get closer, and you notice large gouges in the sturdy wood of the door and in the plasterwork here on the ground level.
Look around. As if I think there's like something. Trying to figure out if something could have caused this nearby, but I want to look inside that window.
Okay. There is just the small gap between drawn curtains, which is allowing this light to spill out. You think if they were aware of it, it would be quickly snapped shut properly, so as not to draw attention. But grabbing like a rotting crate from the side, you kind of clamber up and peer through, and you can see a pudgy little human who's nervously cleaning glasses.
Okay. That's a good sign. I will return to the door. And
Actually, no, sorry, I said nervously cleaning glasses. Seems to be fairly devoid of awareness of what's going on. Just kind of just like looking into the middle distance and cleaning the glasses. Sorry.
Okay. I will return to the door.
Okay.
Seems to be just a tavern, so I will do as I do in many taverns I've been to and open the door.
You try, and it's very firmly closed and barred from the other side. And do you like try and like knock it open, like put your shoulder into it, or just
No,
just try the handle normally?
Try the handle normally and then knock.
You knock on the old weather-worn wood here, although very sturdy still, between the gouges. Looks like something had a if they look like claw marks, but it must have been a pretty hefty thing, because the gouges are fairly wide apart, and you hear muffled conversation, as if it's it's not calling out to you. It's between people inside.
Ugh. Jurgen. Let's have a groan. And before he raises his voice in kind of in a louder voice. It says, I am Durgan Silvervein of the Order of the Silver Dragon. I've come seeking information about the lost headquarters of my order. If you can give me my information, I will quickly be on my way.
Give me a charisma check.
That I am good at.
Yeah, +9.
4 and 18 exactly.
Okay. It's meets it beats it in Castles and Crusades too.
Awesome.
So you hear some movement on the other side of the door, and a older kind of female voice says, What are you doing, stranger? You cannot... What are you thinking?
I'm here from outside the realms of Barovia.
You hear a different female voice saying, Let him in before he makes too much ruckus and draws attention. And you hear the sliding of like a heavy beam that was across the door on the opposite side, and then the scraping of bolts, and the door kind of cautiously opens, and through the crack you see a lined face, with lined of stress and worry and kind of sleeplessness, and a shawl over the head, and dark shock of raven hair kind of curling down across the forehead, and piercing eyes. They haven't lost any of the life in them, despite the woman's older age, and you can see two clearly similar looking women peering over their shoulders. Like, it seems to be three sisters here, and confirming who you are. They say, Get in, it's not safe.
Okay, he steps in.
Are you alone?
It's just me and my ram.
Bring them in too.
Oh,
Don't worry, they're allowed.
Let's go, Greybeard.
It is an emotional support ram, yes?
Yes, yes, of course.
No. You are curious, actually, because normally a tavern wouldn't let the ram inside at all. It seems to be
what is
extenuating circumstances.
What is going on here?
As soon as you and Greybeard are ushered inside, they push the door back and slam the bolts and the heavy beam back into place. You are either a mighty warrior or very lucky.
I consider myself to be a mighty warrior. However, I suppose I am also lucky in that I have seen nothing.
I see. Then some power, ladies be praised, are watching over you.
I suppose that may be so. Hopefully it is my lady dragon. Lord dragon?
It was a male dragon, I think, yeah.
I'm a member of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Have you heard of this?
It is a name that was murmured with hope. The beacon was lit.
Yes. I'm seeking information on what happened to my order.
You can see it across the mountains to the west, but only at night. It is not so strong as to be visible by day. The beacon, it rises up from the mountains.
Are you telling me that it's still maintained?
We do not know. Everything happened so fast. It was there was strangers, much like yourself, came through. Two elves, an old man and his apprentice in a cart. A bird folk, Arakokri called himself. A ranger. And they they helped our burgomaster, helped bury his father, and rooted out the evil at the church. And then they were on their way. They continued off west and towards the other villages. We heard all sorts of tales that, and they're kind of like finishing each other's sentences, like going in the three of them, like telling this story. And we heard word that Argrim-Vostholt was cleared.
Cleared? Do you mean?
We did not hear all the details. We just know that one night there was an almighty scream. And the monsters. He was gone.
He?
Strahd. Count Strahd von Zarovich. And that... Sorry, I should have got this straight in my head before we started. The timeline-wise, I think... Yeah, you don't know that he was made undead. Because when Argrimvost and his knights were battling, they were battling Strahd when he was a mortal and he first arrived. And then, continued to fight against him when he was getting set up and, taking over properly. And they would give safe haven to people that were fighting against Strahd.
Strahd, the evil
warlord.
Warlord? He should be long dead.
He made a dark bargain. He became vampire.
But now he is gone.
The strangers. It seemed they defeated him, banished him, vanquished him somehow. There were still plenty of dangers in the forests and around, but for a time, life started to become more normal. And then one day, several weeks, months, it's all a bit of a blur, the castle. And she gestures up, like, through the wall, like, towards the back of the bar, like, towards, where the missing mountain is. Castle Ravenloft was gone. The mountain was gone.
What?
Rumors started to go around. The mists were vanished too. We were able to leave. The faster amongst us did. They were able to gather some things and escape. And you've met one or two people who have evacuated and fled from Barovia in the hamlet. We were to do the same, but then we heard that they could not leave. And she gestures to the kind of mindless-looking barkeep.
What do you mean? Who is he?
The evil magic that kept us locked in the mists. It meant there was a drought, a lacking of souls. There were only so many, and some that were born here, in Barovia, within the mists, were born as a shell. He has no soul of his own. And we heard that the first shells that tried to leave Barovia collapsed dead on the borders where the mists once stood.
Some powerful magic still grip this land.
It seems so. Perhaps it is the ladies. The ladies keep them true, but their power does not extend beyond the valley.
I see.
You're not familiar with that? Actually, I wonder. I think actually, yeah, in the lore of your order, because knightly orders are pretty good with their record keeping and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Especially if they're based in a monastery of Ogma. It's like the lord of, the god of knowledge and writing, right? The records that you had in the monastery did speak of the ladies, also known as the ladies of the Thanes, these archfey, that used to be the goddesses worshipped here. And they've already mentioned them a couple of times, as like a invocation kind of thing, like by the gods kind of thing. She says, we have to stay. We have to stay for... sorry, what's his name? I forgot his name. We have to stay for Arik. And she gestures again to the barkeep. But others are kept here against their will.
By whatever is outside?
Now, yes. It is new. It was never... There were foul creatures under Strahd's control which prowled this valley, these forests and mountains, but now there is something else. Huge creatures dwelling in caves and rivers in the forests. Elongated arms, straggly hair, putrid grey, green skin.
Trolls.
Yes. We have heard that name. Where did they come from?
If my understanding is correct, Barovia may have been taken out of existence for some time. And it seems has returned to its natural place. However, its natural place is next to the Troll Mount, or the Troll Hills. Mountains? Hills?
It is hills, yeah.
The Troll Hills. So named because it is infested with the foul creatures. My order, as it waited for the return of Barovia, so we could investigate our sacred home, took upon ourselves to defend people from these trolls.
Oh, then thank goodness you've arrived. The few of us who are still here barricaded ourselves away. The creatures seem to have lost interest or given up on clawing against the buildings and have skulked off into the wilds again, looking for other prey. But they're out there. We know those of us that don't have to stay are too scared to brave the roads.
Last time there was an attack, how many were there?
They seem to distrust each other's company.
Then they... Durgan points at Greybeard. One strike from that lance through the heart of a troll will end him.
Bold claims which we shall test with dice in the future.
Yes.
But I do know your dwarven ability.
It's not a dwarven ability. It's a class ability.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it.
I
Maybe
get
I missed one.
quite a, so yeah. So the knight
Because you do
horsemanship.
double damage against giants, which trolls are a type of giant,
I do double damage against giants.
right?
As part of horsemanship,
Yeah.
if I do a charge using a lance, it inflicts triple damage.
Triple, not double.
With a lance, it is triple damage.
Oh wow.
And an inherent property of a lance is if you charge, you do triple damage.
Amazing.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit from a lance.
Welcome back, Phantom.
Uh,
Okay. So I'm gonna look at this, not because I don't trust you. I just want to see all this new stuff for
yeah, look
myself.
at knight,
Knights first.
and under the
okay.
ability horsemanship dexterity,
Horsemanship.
there's
Yep.
charge.
Oh, that's the different abilities that you have. I like the cover one where you can drop along the side of the horse. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
A knight is well trained in the use of a lance. When fighting from a mount and charging, a knight inflicts triple damage upon a successful hit when wielding a lance. Yeah.
And then if we go to equipment,
Mm-hmm.
we go down to, it's on page number 104.
Yep.
So you look at Lance Heavy and then look at 7. The annotation number 7 deals double damage if charging from mount. Sorry, that's double.
Yes.
It's double damage charging from a mount.
Charging mount. Yeah.
I think what it means to say is triple instead of double.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that is my gut instinct as opposed to doubling then tripling. So yeah, triple damage. Wow. Yeah, because of the knight.
That's not even if I crit. It's just triple damage.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay.
Just a sec. Gotta move something.
No worries. Okay, so there we are, folks. Yeah, learning this new system as we go here. Okay. So actually, I wanted to check something.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's
I was curious about the rules for critical hits. Let's have a look here. It's popping up a lot. There we go. Critical hits. Doo-doo. It says critical damage or double damage. So they're different things. Oh, no worries, Sean. Good luck with work. So you mentioned a critical hit if allowed. So yeah, double. I mean, we'll say, let's use our, the non-shitty critty rule, where it's just like, the maximum plus a roll of the dice. That's an easy way to do it.
works for me.
But then tripled.
I'm gonna crit a troll with it.
If you crit with it on charging on your mount with that lance, that's gonna be insane. Okay. So, yeah, because I sent you that message. Is that I'm gonna extend your dwarven ability to trolls because you've been in the troll hills for so long. But then trolls creature type is giant. So I was like, oh, never mind. Different. Getting used to the different stat blocks for the monsters. Okay. So, talking to the sisters here, you hear that a beacon. This is not a Order of the Silver Dragon lore thing. This is nothing that's been written about. You're not sure what this beacon is, but some sort of beacon has been lit at Argynvost Holt, it seems.
The beacons are lit. Argynvost calls for aid.
Calls for aid, it does indeed. And you know it according to your map, to be off to the west.
Well, as a noble knight, I would be remiss in my duties were I not to answer the calls of the needy.
Indeed.
Even while on my duty-bound quest.
Yes, indeed. You know that once more of your order have gathered to follow this expeditionary reconnaissance mission that you've been given, they will be able to drive out the trolls from Barovia. For you, it is more important to discover what's happened to Argynvostholt, because that will need to be reoccupied if any significant mission is to be undertaken here.
That's fair.
I feel like there's a fun game to be had using like a system from Matt Colville's what was it called? What was his supplement called? Strongholds and Followers. Yeah, because he's got that system for like mass combat. So it'd be really fun one time just to have because we did this once in offline when we were playing Dragon Heist. The city of Waterdeep was attacked by a pirate armada, and we had. I don't know if I still have it in my phone. I had a screenshot of it from.
Well, the way that knights work in Castles and Crusades, mass combat against an order of knights would be terrifying. Because
some of their abilities are crazy, right? They have the ability to inspire like 5,000 people or something.
Well, that's what I mean. Right? It's just like, yeah, I'm at level 3.
Yeah,
I can inspire 25 people.
Right? I do have it still. So look, we use the map of Waterdeep with tokens to represent the different forces, and use the Matt Colville system, and they had this huge battle.
Wow.
Between the defenders of Waterdeep and this pirate armada. It was
cool.
Great. It was really fun. And they had a like giant squid on their side, and there's a copper dragon in Waterdeep. Spoilers. Who joined the Waterdeep forces. It was really fun. It was a nice break from the campaign for a while. So we could do the troll lord games, the troll lord armies versus the Knights of the Silver Dragon sometime.
Well, all the knights inspiring each other would get kind of dumb.
Yeah, it would. But we could balance that playing field by speaking of calling for aid, slightly further west along the Troll Hills. What's there? Do you know?
No, I don't. I'm not seeing.
Just near the coast, on the edge of the Troll Hills, is Warlock's Crypt.
I see that.
Which is a bastardized name changed from its original name of Larloch's Crypt as the Lich Lord Larloch. And this is now our in-universe reason for Candlekeep Mysteries finishing early, because Larloch has no longer focused on Candlekeep, because he is now going after Barovia and what's happening in Barovia when it snapped back into existence. So there is a very powerful Lich with several Lich Lord underlings and an army of undead down the other end of the mountains there.
I mean, his fate is another way, unfortunately, in the future.
Indeed. Actually, I was going to say we could use the MCDM system. We've also got the Valican Clans system, which we used in Chisentis Tyranny, which is really good. Which was a really fun simulation of a large combat. Anyway, when I met if you'll excuse me dropping a name quickly, when I met James Hake in Tokyo, he was very happy that we'd used the system and enjoyed it. It was really good. Okay, so speaking of, you saw the Lorecast, right, this week? 200th episode. Congratulations to our friend.
Congratulations to Lorecast. Every Thursday I watch.
Their upcoming Ethereal Expanse adventure sounds fun.
We can start doing some Grim Hollow stuff. That could be
right. The project lead for that campaign that they're making at the moment was on Tomb of Annihilation, Frost Maiden, Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
I heard about that.
Yeah, amazing. And James is involved in that too. And you, sorry.
Once it comes out. Once it comes out.
We haven't hung out for a while, so there's lots to catch up on. Okay, so there's a balance here. You think you could find your way using the map to Argynvost.
Yes.
It would be easier if you could see the beacon, but it would be nighttime, which would be potentially more dangerous.
I think that I'm going to use the map.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say in the journey from the hamlet out on the main road, we'll say you'd already camped once. A cold night with no fire because you don't want to draw the attention of trolls because you were into the troll hills already.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, they don't like fire, right?
True, but it would, earn their attention.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so, yeah, and you know that. I think you know that they're very dangerous because you've been campaigning in the Troll Hills for a long time. You know that they're very nasty creatures, and if they can grab you with both claws, they can give you a nasty quote unquote, the ability's name, Rend.
Oof.
And they do have regeneration unless fire or acid is used.
Well, my order just rides up.
I like how Castles and Crusades, and I think you definitely have like anti-troll stuff with you because you wouldn't go into the troll hills without it. Just dangerous to go alone.
Tis, but I've got Greybeard, so
yeah.
I just charge him and then run away and then charge him again.
And then douse them in fire. I like how the monster manual, their version, their Monsters and Treasure book for Castles and Crusades very specifically says that the only way to permanently kill a troll is to burn or dip into acid all of its parts. Any missing parts will allow the troll to reform at the location of that piece that survived. So you have to be very thorough when you destroy them.
You breathe underwater?
I mean, you drop them in the ocean or a lake?
Just drop them in Lake Zarevich.
I suppose so, yeah.
All right, they'll regenerate, but like...
But this is clearly, I don't know if it was added after players did some bullshit or they were just like getting ahead of the game. Notes that trolls cannot be, quotation marks, farmed. If a troll is cut into a dozen pieces, those pieces will attempt to rejoin to reform the original troll. They won't they won't become separate trolls. So you can't just cut them up and have them reform into a bunch of new trolls.
I see.
And it carries on. They're covering all their bases. However, if those pieces are prevented from rejoining the whole, they will simply die, and the largest piece will regenerate into a single troll. So it's like no wiggle room at all. So that happened at a table somewhere, definitely.
Or someone has a very good imagination.
True. Okay. new trolls, Bob. Different words there.
I mean, you can still farm troll pieces, right? Like, you let the troll regenerate partially.
For meat. There's our troll, by the way. Have you got eyes on stream?
Oof. That's ugly. I mean, if you have something that can eat troll meat, then yeah.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, you could cut bits off and just let a new one grow every time. So it's like it's like endless. If you can eat, and I suppose stomach acid would do the trick, right? It wouldn't regenerate inside you.
If you can eat troll,
oh, nice one.
Then you've solved world hunger. Like no one's hungry anymore. You can it's always troll to eat.
Don't tell Olive Garden.
Endless troll.
Endless troll. Endless troll sticks. Okay. So you Yeah, I think so. I say you camped once, and you're kind of like half a day into. Are you going to stay here overnight and then venture out in the morning?
Sure, why not?
Right, just because you're not quite sure about the terrain between where you are and there, and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. So, is there any? Do you have any questions about Barovia? The sisters would answer for you. They've introduced themselves, by the way. Now they are Alenka, Mirabel, and Sofia, and they say they are a member of a group known as the Vistani.
The Vistani.
Yeah.
I see.
If it comes to it, we can have Vistani battle music for the first time in forever.
I was gonna ask what is known about Argynvost in the Amber Temple?
They probably know less than you do, like historically, because the various villages of Barovia were very like self-contained.
Okay. People
didn't really travel between them because they were just terrified and huddling, especially here, like right below the castle. So they tell you about, terrible stories of Dampier and vampire spawn and wolves and giant bats and horrible spider-like creatures whose powers ebb and wane with the moon. Because that's a Cobalt Press monster I used against the Curse of Strahd crew.
All these monsters disappeared?
They became less of a problem, but there are still... They do warn you that there are still evil creatures roaming freely now that Zarovich has been defeated. They know of other settlements. They do know that the Velaki's up there next to Lake Zarovich. And then the Krisk, and they know over by Krisk there was a monastery.
Krisk.
And people in the know, Phantoms are here. McClover's headed off to bed. Phantom, I don't know if Phantom will remember. There's deep ancient Iwakiverse lore. There's very very deep ties between Wakiverse campaigns and that monastery in Kresk, but not for us to worry about today, or this time. And there was a village known as Berez, but it was destroyed by Strahd.
I see.
They do tell you there were talks of hags abroad. Cheers, pub.
Of course, there are hags.
Of course. Well, no. The good news is they tell you there were hags that were abroad around the valley, but they have not been sighted for a long time. Okay. There was a trio of hags up at an old windmill called the Old Bone Grinder. They used to peddle things called dream pies, who people will notice is what our channel points are called, because the first campaign was Curse of Strahd. So we've kept those as channel points the whole time. Even have our little our little emoji for it. Where are you? Dream pies. Issue 4th. Rah. Dream pies for everyone. And there was talk of a very powerful hag who lived in the ruins of Berez, who was once the nursemaid of Strahd von Zarovich.
Interesting.
But they have not been sighted for some time.
Out of curiosity, this whole time I don't see any fields. What do these people eat?
They have very rudimentary. They serve up to you a beet stew.
I don't know what I expected.
Beets, like that kind of dark, kind of purple turnip-looking thing. The staple crop in Barovia, for the simple reason that when the Curse of Strahd adventurers first arrived, they overtook an old man with a dray horse transporting his beets by dray to the village.
Okay. Beats it is.
Amiga stew, but enough to sustain.
Mm-hmm. Is there any more between Vallaki and Barovia? Are there any more places to rest? Civilization?
They tell you of an encampment of their people, which used to exist next to the Tsir Pool, which you can see there near the village.
Used to exist?
Yes, they have moved on. They were some of the first to leave when the mists rose.
Okay.
Although they actually tell you there was an ancient blood debt owed by Strahd, and the Vistani were actually able to go beyond the mists already. But it seems that these Vistani here, led by a revered elder known as Madame Eva, were sticking around until Strahd was defeated. And that having happened, they have moved on. I think... Oh, no, don't end the session. I was literally just like interacting with the map. Why did that time out? They actually moved on and left like through the mists before the trolls started appearing and the castle disappeared.
See.
Well, right, Bob, isn't that is a very, very apt diet? Hey, Bob, jump in the giveaway, mate. We got a voucher to give away for Troll Lord Games.
Well, after I suppose I should get some rest, and then in the morning I need to make my way to Argynvostholt.
Okay, but those trolls you said, they are out there.
And I should kill them.
They get a glint in their eye. Good. Please return to the village and let us know when it is safe.
I shall, but I must move forward to find Argynvostholt.
Okay. And you take your meager Castles and Crusades rest. If you were injured, you would retrieve 1 hit point.
Well, I'm not injured, so that's fine.
I know, yeah, luckily. But yeah, the resting rules are, after playing D&D, are vicious. And you wake the next day. You see that some feed has been given to Greybeard. Some, the stalk bits and the root end of the beets and stuff like that. Happily munching away and down there in the tap room.
Glad to see he's fed.
And you gather your gear, and the sisters let you out once more into the streets, and you head into the chill morning. Temperature-wise, not relaxed.
How I would love a chill morning. Yes, let's proceed. If we find any trolls, we shall charge them.
Okay. Sounds like
if we don't, then we shall just continue to Argynvostholt.
So you're just going southwest along the road there?
Yeah. We're not going to go to the former encampment. The former Viscount. No reason to go to it if it's empty. Doesn't
seem so. Now, are you planning to follow the road the whole way or cross the hills?
I'm probably going to follow the road. Given what they've said, the hills is probably where all of the trolls are.
Probably a good deal of them.
So we're going to follow the road.
Okay. I mean, the road itself does pass through the hills as well.
Yes, but I don't know. Something about cutting through the uncivilized sections seems a bit dangerous.
Okay. Bit of a trick, but you'll be able to make it.
I bet you if we follow the river, it'll be fine. So yeah, well, why don't I actually follow the river?
Okay, so you're gonna go towards the bridge near Tsir Falls and then along the river.
Yep, and
up to
then I'll
that
cut
mountain
over
town.
to that next little pond.
Sure. Yeah, and then up over that saddle in the mountains there.
Mm-hmm.
You see with the contours. See where there's that saddle there.
There's a little pass there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Hang on, let me scribble. Right here, right?
Yeah, that's that area. Yes, I'll
Yeah.
cross through there.
And drop down, and then clamber up
into
to
that pond.
Arnabustholt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, across the edge of the ruins of Berez. How you doing, Sirenscape? You alright? You alright, bud?
I can hear it.
I know it plays very smoothly for players. It because my computer's doing so much, it craps out sometimes. If there are a lot of different things playing at the same time. Sorry, folks, that's what chat gets. So apologies for that. Okay, so let's turn off a few of them. See if we can. Chill it out a bit. There we go. That might help. Okay, so yeah, you make your way across, leaving the village of Barovia and heading along the Svarich Road. Much as it's nice to have all these bird noises and everything, I'm just going to go with straight up music to keep it a bit smoother. Okay, so. Ooh, wrong one. There we go. Okay. There we go.
All right, so we make our way there.
Yes. Now,
do we encounter trolls along the way?
I mean, for a first ever session of Castles and Crusades, we do need to try out all possibilities and things.
Well, let's charge a troll.
So, you are making your way along towards that first bridge. Mm-hmm. Notorious troll haunt, the river bridge, the river crossing bridge.
Of course.
You hear the sound of the rushing water as it gets closer. And ahead of you, you can see the river Ivlis, flowing as clear as a blue winter sky through the valley. Now, I'm going to give you a close approximation of said river. It's a bit smaller on this map. It is a bigger river than this. Where are we at? Here we go. Ooh, zoom, zoom, zoom. There you are. And let's get you in there. Oop. Now, we can test out our thing here. Can you move that token?
Still loading. Hold on. Yep, I can.
Hey, perfect. Okay. Right. So, yes, you and... Let's see, do we have a ram as well? We might. Greybeard. Oh, there's a giant ram in something that I don't own.
Oh, man.
Let's go with this slightly magic looking. Looks like it's from Mythic Odysseys of Theros, kind of looking lamb here. Slightly starry. Okay, so there's you and good old Greybeard. So, again, do you want to make me a wisdom check there?
Not my best roll.
I know.
I basically need a 20 because of how the system works. A 16.
16, okay. Not bad, but not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a secondary attribute, so you need an 18.
My AC is higher. Nope, nothing.
Okay. So yeah, you're keeping an eye out, looking around, keeping an eye on the trees, and as you're getting towards the bridge here, and as you start to cross that bridge, let's grab the both of you there. Oh no, there we go. Let's get you, say, there. As you start to cross the bridge, a large, taloned green hand reaches up, and a troll, as feared, emerges from under the slippery, damp underside of the bridge, swinging up onto the path behind you, attempting to tear at you. Let's see. Let's use the legacy one. I like the picture better. A very large creature swings up here behind you. And because of the failed wisdom save there, it does get to swing up before you can dash away. So we will roll the initiative before you can break away, I'm afraid. Okay, so as you start to clop across the stones of the bridge, just with this, just leaps up over the stonework onto the bridge and just looks at you hungrily, clearly like focusing in on the ram, wanting some mutton for itself, clearly, and starts to hungrily make its way towards you. So, in Castles and Crusades, initiative is rolled every round with a d10 to see who goes first. Now, I believe Greybeard just goes on your turn, yes?
Yes.
Right? And you can tell them to attack without having to use your own action, right?
Yes.
I think, right, with Castles and Crusades, it's move or fight, isn't it? You can't do both.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. You have to choose to do one action per round.
Well, I can charge, so there's that at least.
Yes, but don't you need distance to do that?
Yeah, but I'll make distance as soon as I can.
Yes, indeed. Okay, right. So yeah, let's roll initiative for the first round. Our first Castles and Crusades combat.
Is there a bonus to that?
Nope, straight d10.
4.
4? Okay, I got a 5. So the troll, again, this kind of goes in with the surprise that we had there. The troll leaps up onto the bridge and just lunges at you with its clawed hands. How's your AC looking?
Versus a troll? 20.
Oh, because it's +4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. This is a level 3 troll, so it gets +3 to its attacks. Mm-hmm. That's a very simple system. I like that in Castles and Crusades. It has the level of the troll, the number of hit dice it has, it's the plus you give to attacks, the plus you give to saving throws, ability checks, the whole thing. It's very streamlined there. So, it has 2 claw attacks and a bite. The first claw swipes in for only 14.
That wouldn't hit my normal AC.
Right? So just like claw just like rakes towards you, and you kind of like slip to the side on Greybeard, and it whooshes through the air above you. The second one is close, but no cigar, a 19.
Mm-hmm.
So this one would hit you, but I think you have a shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you raise up the shield and grit your teeth against this sworn enemy of you and your order. And Phantom says something. You can move up to half your movement and still take an action. Or it might be a house rule. Okay, thank you. And then finally it goes for a bite. No, misses terribly. It looks like the rabbit in Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail. It's like across the top of the shield, desperately, hungrily tearing at you there. Over to you.
All right. We're gonna bravely do as Sir Robin do, which is move very far away
I'm just looking for our if there's an attack of opportunity roll. Yeah, just in case. Let's see. Da-da-da. Assassin stuff there, elf stuff there.
Oh yeah, I see it right there. An attacker can move 1/2 their movement, still attack.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, it's on page 248.
Nice.
But looking for...
Just double checking if there's an attack of opportunity.
I don't see it yet, but it doesn't mean I haven't. It doesn't exist. Just means I haven't seen it yet.
Just checking. Yeah. Bear with this, folks. Learning all the new toys here. Okay, there we go. There's
page 253, 254.
Yeah, disengaging, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, disengaging from combat is dangerous maneuver since it exposes the character to attacks, but it automatically puts distance between the disengaging party and their opponent. The player must announce they're disengaging at the beginning of the round. The act of disengaging takes place first in the round before any initiative roll. Oh, sorry. So, I mean, I missed anyway, so we'll say that happened. You haven't taken any damage from that. If disengaging, a character can take no other action, allowed a movement as defined below, and player characters, monsters, and NPCs can disengage. Okay, so you're going for hasty or fighting?
So for -2 to armor class, and their opponent gets an attack against them as they run away. Free takes it.
So if you do hasty, then that one of the claw would have hit you.
We'll do fighting, but we'll run when we do it.
Okay, so fighting disengagement. This is a combatant's carefully executed withdrawal from combat. By performing a fighting disengagement, the character moves 1/2 their movement rate or less away from their opponent, and they can disengage from combat. No penalty to armor class, but they cannot take any other action in the round. In the round following the disengagement, the character or monster has put distance between themselves and their opponent. Okay. So your movement... What is your mount's movement?
My mount's movement is 60.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you can go up to 30 away.
Yeah.
So that's more than 30, isn't it? So it's just 6 squares.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Noted. So I do... So I'm just trying to figure out how that will work. Do you get an attack of opportunity or not? Because why mention the minus to AC?
Because it's a minus, and they get an attack of opportunity. Because it says they get an attack.
Oh, yeah. But the fighting disengagement doesn't allow that.
Yes.
But then you can't do anything else that turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting trade-off. I like that. Making that choice, that tactical choice. Right. Okay. So yeah, how does this work? So we'll say, it kind of like lunged at you, but you kind of dug your heels into Greybeard.
Yeah, we bring up the shield, make a swing of the sword that's less of an attack.
Yes.
And more of a distance creating measure.
Yeah.
Well, swing of the lance because that's what he's holding on to.
Yes.
And then runs back 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, Greybeard leaps forward down the road, and the creature snarls behind you. Okay, let us roll for initiative again.
Yep.
So D10.
Higher.
I got 5.
I got a 10.
Hey! So, thinking his prey is going to flee and escape, he looks hopeful as you stop. But
and wheel around. Now, when you charge,
yes,
you are considered to be...
Sorry, you lost the last word. Considered to be...
You're considered to be running. Uh-huh. And running is, it seems, double speed.
Okay.
That's what it seems.
Uh-huh.
So, I can move 120. So I'm gonna kind of run past.
Okay.
He's done. This guy.
So yeah, when
I
charging,
do
a
have
character proceeds a melee attack by rushing with the intent of using their momentum to inflict greater damage. A charge attack results in a +2 bonus to damage, -4 to your AC.
Yes, but it's not really gonna matter.
The charge must be announced. Again, so lots of things happen before initiative is rolled.
Sorry, wow, yeah.
So I'll have to ask. That's on me to ask before we roll. But yeah, that's okay. We're learning here. Okay, so you're gonna get +2 to bonus. I assume.
Where's this?
What does it say about the? I don't see anything about the movement there.
Yeah, I read that somewhere else. Where did I see that? On page 249, there's a different thing. Charging a special movement-based combat maneuver. When charging, a character proceeds a melee attack by jogging or running with the intent of using momentum.
Right, it says the +2, says the -4.
And then
But it gives
after,
the extra,
and where it says example, you can see.
Yeah.
Announces she's going to charge an orc when his base movement is 30, and thus her jogging rate is 60 feet. And so they have to be jogging, which appears to be double.
Yes. Now, because of your tactical mind, I assume the reason you're bringing this up is because you've seen the rear attack paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Rear attack? I have not.
No? Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you were angling for. If you charge, you get +2 to bonus to damage inflicted. But if you're looping around and doing a rear attack, you get +2 to hit as well.
No, because it has to be straight. So I'm gonna charge through, essentially.
Oh,
The plan is gonna be go like this.
But because you only move 30 feet away, you could. Oh, right, because you'd go 30 feet past, and then you wouldn't be able to get 30 feet back again. Yes, sorry, I was asking you to do something that would require 90 feet of movement.
The plan, essentially, what the plan is.
Well, you got 120, right?
The plan is to go through.
Yes.
And then be outside of his running range, so he can't. He can't attack me this turn.
Understood.
So we'll charge to 60, right? And then if I'm running and now the charge is completed, does that mean I can continue but not be charging?
Sorry, say that once more.
So charging has to be straight.
Yes.
Which means I could go to here, but he'd be able to run over and hit me.
Okay.
But I have some of that movement left over. Right, so that's 175 feet if I go straight.
That'll split you in the river as well. So I mean, once you've hit him, then any movement you have left over doesn't have to be in a straight line.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So let's do the easy part first and hit him.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna lance him.
I don't see anywhere it says it has to be in a straight line. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I saw it had to be straight.
Was that on that previous longer example?
Charging.
A charging character proceeds melee attack by jogging or running with the intent of using the gained leverage momentum to inflict greater damage on a defender. A successful charge attack is +2 bonus to damage.
It doesn't say that.
-4 armor class. Yeah, it's
I'm bringing in things from other systems.
Yep.
So let's see. I could run to here. 50. 70. 80. Go through for 120 or 110.
Yeah. Now, I will get an attack of opportunity because you're not disengaging. Sure.
That's fair.
Right.
That's a good point. I hope I just kill him. That's the plan.
I mean, it's a pretty hefty hit.
Yeah. So first we'll charge him.
Yeah. I need to put the Castles and Crusades hit points on this bad boy. Hang on.
I do hit him, almost certainly.
Nice.
Well, my BTH is 2, I believe. Do I add my primary mod? Or just my normal mod?
When you're rolling
To hit and for damage. Because strength is that, right?
this is a strength attack, yeah, because it's melee.
But so I add the +6?
+9.
Well, +9, okay. Well,
right, so it's
+11 on a 16 for 27 to hit.
27. Amazing. Right, yeah, because it's yeah, because you're no, it's because you've got your basic to hit
Basic to hit plus mod, right?
plus the mod, yeah.
Mhm.
So that would be 11, yeah.
All right, so 27 to hit.
Actually, hang on. Yeah, because you do if it's prime, you do add your. Well, no, actually, I think that creates a
just checks,
problem.
maybe?
That creates a problem with always including the +6
Yeah, I think so as well.
because their armor class doesn't change.
Doesn't change, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, just do it for like strength checks, not attacks, not damage.
Yeah, so the AC. So yeah, it's just your straight mod without the prime, the prime ability, I think.
Yep, that makes sense to me. That seems like it's
Right?
more balanced.
That's what we're going to do right now. If it turns out to be different, then
I think it's the best thing.
After
to do.
Obon, we'll do that.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to make sense. So
Come on, D8.
So you got plus. What?
Ooh,
You've got a +5 to hit, right?
Yes, that's right. So it would have been a 21.
21. Nice. Okay. Yep. AC 16. So that definitely
8 on the
hits.
D8. 8 on the D8.
Is it a
plus
D8 damage?
3.
D8 damage. Okay. Yep.
11 for total. We've charged him, so it's going to be ×3
Yes.
for 33.
33 damage. Okay. He is bloodied, but not dead.
Bloodied. Oh, poor guy.
Very badly. Yeah, please describe what does this look like as you charge through?
As a renowned, my order is renowned for fighting trolls at this point.
Yes.
And so with precision that is well practiced, he rides forth with his lance out and shoves it right where he knows his troll heart to be. But knowing trolls, he knows that this is not enough. If the lance doesn't go all the way through,
Yeah.
it's not enough.
Okay.
So he continues on and readies for another charge. But the troll is going to take a
Yes, he'll
swing.
swipe at you. It's just one of his attacks, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is at 16.
16.
Unless he's trying to hit my head.
Gotcha. That's going to be a 12.
It's not enough.
So yeah, Greybeard once more whisks you to safety. He's like snarls like just with desperation there. And then I would also have been ready to charge.
Okay.
Because you were far away at the start of the round. So he takes off just like charging after you, chasing along there. You said it was a +2, right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't calculate that when I wrote it down. Now I am over 60 feet away. Is what I should be.
60.
I was 30 feet away before,
Yes.
and then I had quite a bit of movement left. So I'm gonna be 60 feet away. Does his movement?
Okay. His movement is.
If his movement is 30, he can hit me.
Okay, it is exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but you had
Then he
more
can-
movement than that, didn't you?
I mean, if you wanna, I would have gone as far as I can, but that's
Yeah, just the limitations of the map that we can't really have that. And because I mean, just your experience of fighting trolls, you would have a pretty good idea of how far they can charge in one go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he sees that you're just too far. I suppose he wouldn't know. How much further than 60 feet away could you go?
I could have gone 90 feet away.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6. Can you put yourself 30 feet away from him? And then we're just further away from the bridge than we are on the map. Just the map is basically just to show how far apart you are. So he charges after you. He does charge, but he doesn't reach you.
Okay.
Okay, so he charges 60 feet. Actually, no, because hang on. When you charge, you go double your feet. Your double your movement, right?
That's right.
And you said you could go 90 feet away.
So yeah, I had 120 feet
Right.
because the
You
horse
used
is
30.
60. I
Yep.
used 30 to get back, and
Yep.
then 90 to get away.
Yeah, so you're 30. Yeah, so you charged 90 feet past him, and he charged 60 feet, but didn't reach you. So that you are the distance you are now. So you're just like there, he's just like and slowing down, and you get to rally and prepare yourself. So at the end of the round, he regenerates 2 hit points.
Okay. If he goes first, he's probably going to be able to charge me. If I go first, I'm probably going to kill him.
He is planning to charge again, as are you, I assume, right?
As am I.
Okay, let's roll that d10. I'm going to roll mine in chat because this is quite a big roll.
I have an 8.
Oh, a natural 1. If you got them, folks, at those phoenixes flounder. Okay. Still clutching at its chest where the lance drove home so viciously before it comes after you, but the blood loss is slowing it down, and it doesn't react fast enough. Greybeard wheels around.
I rolled another 16 on the dice.
So 20. 22?
I forgot to add the +2 last time for charging.
That was damage, wasn't it?
Oh, +2 damage. I didn't add that to the damage last time. All right, here we go.
Yeah, charging is +2 damage. The rear attack is +2 to hit.
I didn't roll very high on the damage this time,
But
but I rolled a 2 for +2, 4, gonna be 12 damage as I rush through him.
okay, so triple to 12.
Yeah, tripled to 12.
Hang on, let me bring this up. He had 14 hit points.
He's still up.
He's still alive. He lives. He gets 1 attack of opportunity as you dash by. Ugh. No, 4 on the dice. Can't attack.
So he was 30 feet, so I'm
And
90
let's
feet
just,
away again.
Just keep them where they are, yeah. So he attempts to charge at you again. Fails. Regenerates 2 hit points. But,
One more chance.
yep. Oh, wrong way around. Hang on.
I got another 8 on the dice.
Healing. There we go. You got 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get higher than that? Come on. Chat roller. Don't
Let's see it.
screw me. 5, no.
This is a dead troll this turn, I think.
Must be, surely.
19 on the dice.
Definitely hits. As Greybeard charges past.
You know what? I would have killed him. I didn't add my strength mod.
Oh.
Anyway,
Is that added to damage or just to...
it is added to damage.
It's
Yeah.
added to damage as well? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's 30 damage.
Okay, so yeah, describe... Well, as we like to say, tell me what happens. First kill in Castles and Crusades.
The troll is angrily rushing forward, and Durgan holds and waits for him to start charging for a second before he pats Greybeard and starts rushing forward and just impales the troll all the way through before dropping the lance and letting the troll fall to the ground, following which Durgan dismounts, pulls the lance from the troll's twitching body
Yes.
because it is trying to regenerate before he pulls out a vial of oil, pours it over the troll, and lights him up.
Amazing. And you warm your hands on a good troll blaze. No disrespect, Troll Games. Our first ever Castles and Crusades kill was a troll.
It's true.
His name was Chuck. No, sorry, Chuck. Okay, and you are victorious. But these are the dangers known in these troll hills. A foe you are familiar with. What other creatures lurk here in this recently returned valley remain to be seen. But you continue on your way, and as we are perfectly at time, that's very nicely timed kill there, well done. We are going to say that you travel further along the old Svalek Road, take a left at the Surf Falls, up past the crashing waterfall. I've seen art of the Surf Falls, it's very nice. And you head up your sturdy mount, Greybeard the ram, nimbly clambering up the hillside as it remembers its youthful days. Phantom, you can't say that. Otherwise, I said it first. So.
Walking on a nearly vertical slope, like it's nothing.
Exactly. And clambering up there to that mountain pool up there in the mountains, which has no lore attached to it. I'm not sure that. I'm gonna say just because I'm thinking of home at the moment, back home in England, in real world at home. There is a horseshoe mountain, looks very much like that, with a lake in the horseshoe there, like that. And there is a single-seater plane that just like crashed into the back of the horseshoe, and like the wreckage of the plane is still there. So there's a gnome artificer's flying contraption crashed in the back, as people came in to get a view of this newly returned geography. Let's say it was assaulted by a swarm of bats and crashed into the hillside. But you clamber up over that shoulder of mountain there on the north edge of the lake, down to the Luna River, and before you, as the evening sets in on this second day, you clamber up the hillside towards the ruins of Argynvostholt, and as the light of the sky drains, it is replaced by a heartening silver glow as you see the beacon of Argynvost, the creator of your knightly order, issuing forth from a tower on the ruins of Argynvostholt, a fabled ruin, the previous building of which you have only seen pictures. And you approach the home of your knightly order, the first of your order to trep there in many, many centuries. And that is where we will join you next time. I think there might be a couple of sisters lurking in those ruins that might want to talk with you, as we'll be joined by our good friends from Amsand, and Marit and Fovo will be joining us to continue our adventures in 2 weeks. There is a national holiday here in Japan next week, so we will not be playing next week, but in 2 weeks we shall return to see what lies here in the returned Vale of Barovia, and
Exciting stuff.
Is the Amber Temple still sealed and safe? As Durgan, there it is. Yes, that's the one. Is that the animated one? The animated version?
There is an animated version.
Yeah, the animated version. It's just the ravens that are on the right there, by your advantage crystal. They just fly up and out. we used all of those animated versions when we were playing the first campaign. Natsukashi, as the dragon would say.
An artist named James RPG Art.
That's
does
the
a
fella.
lot of Barovia art.
A ton of it, yes. And then he started doing all of those animated ones. Like pretty much, there's different ones for every part of Barovia. It's really great. I think I have them in a file somewhere. I should dig them out. I think I can drop them on the VTT here. Right. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us in our first ever incursion into Castles and Crusades. and a return to the Valley of Barovia. We will continue Durgan's adventures with his new companions next time, and we will hope you can join us then. If you're not in the giveaway already, please jump in and get yourself a chance to win some Troll or Games goodies for yourself. If you have a taste for Castles and Crusades now, you can try it out as well. And do check out all the stuff that's on offer there anyway over at Troll or Games. That's their store there. Yes, !enter in the chat if you want the chance to win. We'll draw the winner in just a moment. But let's say... Phantom, no! They clipped the point where we said Chuck, the troll was called Chuck. I wonder who that might get sent to. No, Chuck will appreciate it. Okay, so please do jump in the giveaway if you're not already. Durgan, where are you going to be lurking for the 2 weeks between adventures?
So I'm going to just be here in the basement of John's.
Yes. Speaking of our anniversaried Lorecast friends down there at Ghostfire Gaming's, every stream should have a faithful friend locked away in the closet.
It's true.
They have Adam Carnivale.
They do.
We have you.
And I, being the simulacrum that I am, I will be locked in the closet.
There's no fraternizing between closetees, okay?
We're going to unionize. That was the plan.
No. Okay, thank you, everyone.
We demand equal rights. 1 game a week, even during Obon.
Sorry.
No, I have no plans. I'm gonna just kind of chill out and relax a bit. But
Sounds
for
good.
me, Obon is actually not next week. It's just a normal week for me.
Oh, really? Well, okay.
My summer holidays at the end of the month.
Right. I'm surprised the school's open. All of my students are off busy away doing stuff.
Most of my students are not here this month.
Right.
It's a very interesting
time, right? Yeah, a bit of a weird schedule. Right.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, have yourselves a fabulous fortnight. But you can come and hang out with us here again before that, and we'll be back on Friday for Chisente's Tyranny. Chez's character will be taking a quick breather as he's getting settled back in Canada. Only missing 1 session. As Patch, Aylin, and Bob, aka Sky, will be heading up into the mountains to search for the hidden arcanists, the rebellion, to bring them to their cause. So join us for that on Friday, night or morning, depending where you are in the world. If you want to catch up all the news and share your news of your own or whatever's going on, and look to be a player in people's games or advertise for players for your own games, then jump into the Discord there and share what's going on with you. And if you want to catch up and see how it is that Barovia was returned to the material plane, you can see Curse of Strahd and Barovia and Beyond over here. Go check out that. And then we will catch you all next time. Thank you all so much. Let us see who our lucky winner is going to be. Refresh. Should get all these entries in here. Thank you, Phantom. Hey, cheers, Bob. Where are you in the world? Because we're in Japan, so it's Friday night for us, but Friday morning if you're on that side of the world. Closing up the entries there. Good luck, everyone. If you're unlucky this time, don't fret. We have giveaways in most of our sessions. Gambare, indeed. Today's over in Texas. Nice. Okay. So enjoy yourself some barbecue and all the good stuff over there. I really want to try the real deal someday.
Good.
Sounds fantastic.
When we go to Gen Con, we can get some.
Right, exactly. To do the Wackyverse tour, the Phoenix Wacky tour to Gen Con someday. But let us send some goodies in the direction of Rubblecjacks. Congratulations.
Oh, Rubblecjacks.
Do join us next time. We'll have more goodies to give away, and we will catch you all in our next session. But let's grab ourselves a raid. Oh, nice, Bob. Yeah, it sounds amazing. We're pretty lucky in Japan with food as well, but it is a different beast.
It is. There's lots of good food in America.
Right.
Lots of good food in Japan. They are very different kinds of good.
Yeah. Okay, let's go and jump into. Let's see. We did Darling Creepshow and Guild Superior recently, so let's jump into our friends over at Dork Tales, another previous habitant of Japan. He was an ALT originally as well. So let's go and see what's going on with our friends over at Dork Tales. Everyone stick around for the raid if you've got them. Let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, as we like to say around these parts, oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi.
Thank you.